Top 30 Chief Happiness Officer Interview Questions and Answers. A Chief Happiness Officer plays a crucial role in shaping a positive workplace culture, strengthening employee engagement, and promoting emotional well-being. Employers look for leaders who understand human behavior, communication strategies, and organizational psychology. These interview questions and answers help showcase emotional intelligence, problem-solving, and leadership capabilities. By preparing thoroughly, candidates can demonstrate their ability to create meaningful initiatives that boost morale, retention, and productivity. This guide provides thoughtful responses to excel confidently. 1. What does happiness at work mean to you? Workplace happiness means creating an environment where employees feel valued, motivated, and supported. It involves meaningful work, fair treatment, trust, and opportunity for growth. Happiness also includes balance, recognition, and psychological safety. When people feel connected to their purpose and colleagues, productivity naturally rises. A happy workplace encourages collaboration, creativity, and resilience, leading to better overall performance and long-term organizational success. 2. Why do you want to be a Chief Happiness Officer? I want to be a Chief Happiness Officer because I'm passionate about fostering a positive workplace where people thrive emotionally and professionally. I believe that when employees feel appreciated, aligned, and empowered, they perform their best. This role enables me to create meaningful programs that improve engagement, promote well-being, and strengthen organizational culture. Ultimately, I want to make workplaces more humane, supportive, and enjoyable through intentional leadership and data-driven strategies. 3. How do you measure employee happiness? I measure employee happiness using a combination of quantitative and qualitative methods, such as surveys, pulse checks, one-on-one conversations, and engagement analytics. Metrics like retention, absenteeism, productivity, and participation in well-being programs also reflect satisfaction. I focus on continuous feedback loops and open communication channels. Data helps identify trends, but personal insights reveal deeper emotional needs. Combining both ensures a holistic understanding, enabling effective solutions for long-term happiness improvement. 4. What strategies do you use to boost morale? I use strategies like recognition programs, team-building activities, transparent communication, and personalized career development plans to boost morale. Creating safe spaces for expression, celebrating achievements, and fostering cross-team collaboration also strengthens motivation. I encourage work-life balance through wellness initiatives, flexible policies, and mental health support. By listening to employees' needs and involving them in decision-making, I create a culture where everyone feels valued, appreciated, and motivated to contribute meaningfully. 5. How do you handle employee burnout? I address burnout by identifying early warning signs through proactive check-ins and engagement metrics. I encourage open dialogue, reduce unnecessary workloads, and collaborate with managers to reassign tasks when needed. Wellness programs, mental health resources, and time-off policies help employees recharge. I also promote healthy boundaries and supportive leadership. By tackling root causes rather than symptoms, I create sustainable solutions that restore energy, motivation, and workplace well-being. 6. What role does communication play in employee happiness? Communication plays a central role in employee happiness because it builds trust, clarity, and psychological safety. Transparent communication reduces misunderstandings and promotes connection. When employees feel heard and informed, they're more engaged and motivated. I encourage constructive feedback loops, open-door policies, and regular team meetings. Good communication also strengthens collaboration, reduces conflict, and ensures everyone feels included in decisions. Ultimately, it creates an environment where people feel respected and valued. 7. How do you create a positive organizational culture? I create a positive organizational culture by promoting shared values, open communication, and an inclusive environment. Recognizing achievements, encouraging teamwork, and supporting professional growth all contribute to a strong culture. I implement well-being programs, fairness policies, and leadership training to reinforce positive behaviors. Consistency is key, so I ensure cultural practices align with organizational goals. A positive culture grows when employees feel respected, safe, and inspired to contribute their best. 8. How do you encourage employee engagement? I encourage engagement by fostering meaningful work, recognizing contributions, and promoting continuous learning. I create opportunities for collaboration and empower employees to share ideas and lead initiatives. Regular check-ins provide insight into needs and challenges. I also support work-life balance and wellness programs. Engagement thrives when employees feel appreciated, supported, and connected to the company's mission. By aligning individual strengths with organizational goals, I help build a motivated, high-performing workforce. 9. How do you deal with conflict in the workplace? I handle conflict by approaching both sides with empathy and objectivity. First, I listen and understand the root cause. Then, I facilitate open dialogue to clear misunderstandings and identify solutions collaboratively. I promote respectful communication and encourage individuals to express their concerns calmly. If needed, I guide mediation sessions. My goal is to turn conflict into constructive opportunities that strengthen relationships, improve teamwork, and maintain a harmonious work environment. 10. What initiatives would you introduce to improve workplace happiness? I would introduce initiatives like recognition programs, mentorship structures, wellness resources, and flexible work options. I'd also create platforms for feedback, idea sharing, and peer appreciation. Training programs focus on leadership, empathy, and communication help strengthen culture. Social activities and volunteer programs build connection and purpose. These initiatives support both emotional and professional needs, creating a balanced, engaging workplace where employees feel valued, supported, and motivated to succeed. 11. How do you support employees during organizational change? I support employees during change by ensuring transparent communication, timely updates, and opportunities to ask questions. I acknowledge their concerns and provide reassurance through guidance, training, and emotional support. I encourage leaders to be present and empathetic. I also organize feedback sessions to monitor reactions and identify challenges early. By fostering trust and clarity, I help employees feel secure, engaged, and motivated throughout transitions, reducing resistance and promoting a smoother adaptation. 12. What is your approach to building trust with employees? I build trust by being consistent, transparent, and approachable. I listen actively, respect confidentiality, and follow through on commitments. I encourage open dialogue and value employee feedback. I treat everyone fairly regardless of role and create a safe environment where people feel free to express themselves. Trust deepens when employees see genuine care and integrity in leadership. By modeling honesty and empathy, I establish stronger, long-lasting relationships within the organization. 13. How do you incorporate diversity and inclusion into happiness strategies? I integrate diversity and inclusion by creating programs that celebrate differences, promote equity, and ensure every voice is heard. I collaborate with HR to implement unbiased policies, inclusive communication, and equal growth opportunities. I design events that highlight cultural awareness and encourage cross-team collaboration. When employees feel valued for who they are, engagement and happiness naturally rise. Inclusion drives psychological safety, helping people contribute confidently, creatively, and authentically within the workplace. 14. How do you handle employees who resist happiness initiatives? I handle resistance by first understanding their concerns and motivations. I listen empathetically and identify whether the issue is misunderstanding, workload pressure, or skepticism. Then, I communicate the purpose and benefits of initiatives clearly. I involve them in decision-making and encourage small, manageable participation steps. Resistance often fades when employees feel heard and included. My goal is to build willingness gradually while respecting individual differences and maintaining a supportive environment. 15. What makes a happiness program successful? A successful happiness program addresses real employee needs, aligns with organizational values, and is supported by leadership. It includes clear goals, measurable outcomes, and ongoing feedback loops. Programs should be accessible, inclusive, and practical. Effective communication is essential for participation and long-term engagement. When employees see positive impact, improve teamwork, reduce stress, or recognition, they feel invested. Success comes from consistency, adaptability, and continuous improvement based on data and employee insights. 16. How do you deal with disengaged employees? I approach disengaged employees with curiosity and empathy, aiming to understand underlying issues like workload, recognition, or personal challenges. I schedule one-on-one conversations to listen and identify what support they need. I collaborate with managers to adjust responsibilities, clarify expectations, or provide development opportunities. Recognizing achievements and involving them in meaningful tasks often reignites motivation. The goal is to strengthen their connection to the organization and foster long-term engagement. 17. How do you incorporate feedback into your happiness strategies? I incorporate feedback by gathering insights from surveys, interviews, suggestion boxes, and team discussions. I analyze trends and prioritize key themes that directly affect employee experience. After identifying areas for improvement, I design initiatives addressing those needs. Importantly, I communicate actions taken so employees feel heard and valued. Continuous monitoring ensures strategies stay relevant. This feedback-driven approach creates a dynamic workplace culture that evolves with employee expectations and organizational priorities. 18. How do you encourage positive leadership behaviors? I encourage positive leadership by offering training on emotional intelligence, communication, and empathetic management. I provide tools for recognition, conflict resolution, and team motivation. I model these behaviors myself and highlight leaders who demonstrate them. Regular workshops and coaching sessions reinforce expectations. By creating accountability and celebrating positive examples, I help leadership teams build habits that foster trust, engagement, and happiness across the organization. 19. What role does recognition play in employee happiness? Recognition plays a vital role in happiness because it reassures employees that their efforts are valued. It boosts confidence, strengthens motivation, and creates a sense of belonging. I promote both formal recognition, awards, shout-outs, programs, and informal appreciation through everyday acknowledgement. I encourage managers to recognize achievements consistently and authentically. When employees feel seen and appreciated, they become more enthusiastic, productive, and committed to organizational goals. 20. How do you create a psychologically safe workplace? I create psychological safety by promoting respectful communication, encouraging diverse opinions, and ensuring mistakes are treated as learning opportunities. I establish open-door policies and provide confidential support channels. Leaders model vulnerability and empathy, showing employees they can speak freely without fear. Regular check-ins and team-building activities cultivate trust. When individuals feel secure expressing ideas and concerns, collaboration improves, and overall happiness and innovation grow. 21. How do you promote work-life balance? I promote work-life balance by advocating flexible schedules, realistic workloads, and clear expectations. I encourage taking breaks, vacations, and mental health days. I collaborate with leadership to create policies supporting wellness, remote options, and boundary setting. I also organize well-being programs that teach stress management and time management. When employees have balance, they return energized, focused, and more satisfied with their roles, contributing to a healthier and more productive workplace. 22. What tools or technologies do you use to track happiness metrics? I use digital survey tools, HR analytics platforms, recognition apps, and engagement dashboards to track happiness metrics. These tools provide insights into morale, participation, and emotional well-being. Pulse surveys, sentiment analysis, and performance indicators help identify trends early. Technology also streamlines communication and enables real-time feedback. By analyzing accurate data, I design targeted strategies that address employee needs while measuring progress and impact effectively. 23. How do you support remote workers' happiness? I support remote workers by fostering connection, communication, and flexibility. I organize virtual check-ins, recognition moments, and team-building activities to reduce isolation. I promote ergonomic support and encourage boundaries for healthy work-life balance. Clear communication channels ensure transparency and inclusion. I also gather regular feedback to understand unique remote challenges. By prioritizing wellness, accessibility, and engagement, I help remote employees feel valued, connected, and supported. 24. How do you create programs that appeal to multiple generations? I design programs by understanding generational needs, communication styles, and expectations. I gather feedback to identify shared values and tailor initiatives like flexible work, technology support, learning opportunities, and recognition preferences. inclusive activities ensure everyone feels represented. By combining modern tools with traditional approaches, I create balanced programs that resonate across age groups. This strengthens unity, respect, and engagement among diverse employees. 25. How do you deal with low team morale? I address low morale by identifying root causes through conversations, surveys, and observation. I communicate openly about challenges and involve the team in finding solutions. Recognition, clear clarity, and improved collaboration help rebuild positivity. I also implement short-term morale boosters like team events and long-term strategies like development opportunities. By showing empathy, transparency, and support, I help teams regain motivation and confidence. 26. How you handle negative feedback from employees. I receive negative feedback with openness and appreciation, viewing it as an opportunity to improve. I listen actively without judgment, ask clarifying questions, and validate concerns. After analyzing root causes, I take corrective action and communicate updates. This builds trust and demonstrates responsiveness. Negative feedback often reveals hidden challenges, so I treat it as valuable insight. My goal is to strengthen transparency, engagement, and continuous improvement. 27. How do you ensure employees feel valued? I ensure employees feel valued by recognizing achievements, listening actively, and offering growth opportunities. I personalize appreciation methods to reflect individual preferences. I encourage managers to provide consistent feedback and meaningful conversations. Inclusive decision-making helps employees feel ownership and respect. Small gestures, transparent communication, and attention to well-being create lasting impact. When employees feel genuinely valued, they show higher commitment, motivation, and happiness. 28. What's your process for designing wellness programs? I begin by assessing employee needs through surveys, interviews, and data analysis. Then, I collaborate with HR and leadership to design programs focusing on mental, physical, and emotional well-being. I choose accessible, inclusive activities like workshops, fitness challenges, and mindfulness sessions. I communicate clearly and encourage participation. Continuous evaluation ensures relevance. A successful program addresses real needs and promotes sustainable habits that support overall happiness. 29. How you collaborate with HR and leadership teams. I collaborate by maintaining open communication, aligning goals, and sharing insights from employee feedback. We work together on culture-building programs, policies, and development initiatives. I provide data-driven recommendations and ensure happiness strategies complement HR processes. Regular meetings help address challenges quickly. By fostering strong relationships and mutual respect, I create unified efforts that enhance employee experience and support organizational success. 30. What is your long-term vision for employee happiness? My long-term vision is to build a workplace where happiness is integrated into daily operations, leadership behaviors, and strategic goals. I aim to create an environment that supports purpose, growth, belonging, and well-being for every employee. I envision continuous improvement driven by feedback, data, and empathy. Ultimately, I want happiness to become a natural part of the organizational culture, strengthening retention, innovation, and overall performance. A chief happiness officer plays a transformative role by creating workplaces where people feel valued, supported, and inspired. These interview questions and answers help highlight emotional intelligence, leadership qualities, and strategic thinking essential for the role. By focusing on communication, well-being, and employee experience, you can demonstrate true commitment to organizational success. With strong preparation and authentic passion, you'll be well equipped to excel in your Chief Happiness Officer interview.